Uncle Joe is indeed a legend. Papa, we're one of us. The order of the voter award, more money. Right here. So excited for Uncle to 39 minutes of the 7. But your high Kessben 92.9. We are live across the country, also still raging. And up with you live at Kessben TV. So what join you live on DSTV, high channel 364, Go TV channel 121, on Multi TV, Major Books, and up with you live. We did it, Mr. Speaker. Welcome back from the sport break. Uncle Ato on this one about you. Peace campaign song by the legend. But Uncle Shahona Minkoye Jumanami Ninkomoy Emra Mamini Ora George Wilson Kenson Edney and Komo Emra Executive Secretary at the Private Newspapers and Online News Publishers Association Primpak na anope yembisa se Electoral Commission one more try to be selective with the media a better reporting on this year's election. Mr. Kessben, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Na Eradia Domehoya na empomo to say
Adiachi and Quandia, the better Yamias.
And I trade the pass. Now, I feel about to the newspapers online for more websites, a news portals, a war my gun. I feel about to on Munya ready, sir. Mobile Jumana.
Midasi. Yaya ready. Yaya crowd of party be Juma. Na within Yaya rank no. Yaya just Yaya Biano. Ya boy who modding. Say share Ghana for Benya the right information at the right time.
Now, in about 3 days ago, Electoral Commission issued directive through a memo. One was circulated the amount of district and regional directors, indicating say one more submitted list of media houses. One more no say one more credible. One more bet me one more access into the district and regional collation centers. In going through that memo, as so bad as it may seem, no newspapers, no any online portals cry here. Yamfaman Kaho cry. Primpak Sadie way ababe drumoni mwana.
Yo, Midasi. Senior Obia Ekinkan wo
Kessben.
And I say you radio sini TV sunu. Sana yen as an association no. Yesu yeti say obi be frey Ako meeting and I say I issue statement be amayen I take your consent and I say I take this decision and you know muso more than a more a cow hono ebesine obia enfrey media commission can say electoral commission enfrey association na gigi and kasakrampono inform yen and you know yes we are there is some directives like that.
Okay.
And it is not something that officially, you know, or more informal. Naimon, the Electoral Commission is deciding that only selected few and the coalition center are report to the it is very disappointing. It is undemocratic. And the earlier Amubeshe decision no now Maakye sign the better and for all of us. Election there, it just say open. What me abomodin adding to share to honum in the every step of the way no the public is informed. Now adru bebia ebe quality results na yama members of the public who know who say any there I am only choosing my favorite. It is disappointing. I mean, minty bida. Oh baby, since I started to cover elections, you know, I've never heard this anywhere, and I don't think that it should be allowed to fester. And yet, decision for us in any way. to the sense newspapers ni online form put here. Just say as a year they encounter. It is. I mean, it is not done. You can't want to me and share that and you media musa.
I see. And well, we were told said there was going to be a meeting. Yenim said Munianom Geba, Munianom GJ for National Executives, Asia Electoral Commission. But even before I come to that question, yes, ye din komo and dra isi no ankasa asanso issue another statement. Mamen kan no ye dated 27th November 2024. Media accreditation to collation centers. Since the memo directing the commission's staff at the district and regional levels to select media houses for accreditation to 8 collation centers was made public, the commission has received numerous calls from a number of its media partners expressing concern about the quotas granted to media houses. As a listening commission, we are engaging with the leadership of the Ghana Journalists Association, GJA, and the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, GIBA, on the issue and trust that we will arrive at an arrangement that is both workable and acceptable. The commission is keen on ensuring highest level of transparency in its operations. Hence, the opening up of its constituency and regional collation centers as well as the national collation centers to the media. In doing so, the commission is mindful of the need to ensure an orderly and peaceful process at all the collation centers. Hence, the quotas on the number of persons who can access the collation centers at any given time. The commission is confident that its engagement with the leadership of GJA and GIBA will lead to acceptable outcomes. And this was signed by Samuel Tete, Deputy Chairperson or Chairman in charge of operations. And Timumukra as Primpag Mumudi wa baby in a release I almost had the buy.
And no crime money disappointing because you na
Yes,
and you call a collection center honuna. Journalists be on the honuma, okita a 2 and okita a sikai. The ekita pen, paper and a recorder. A chaos banner, you're confused. And nobody is saying Chinchina Electoral Commission, feed us with food. Now like I say a better affect to budget. Now they notice in so kind of Siano. Primpack Giba GJ. Meanwhile, there are other umbrella associations that are well coordinated.
Okay.
Primpack is a national association with national executives, with a secretariat.
Kessben.
And the Electoral Commission is aware because there are instances I have a discussion. So what is the problem? More selecting not a single private newspaper and not online. It is about radio, it is about TV. I think that it is not democratic.
But even with that, one more selective. What numbers of radio stations, TV stations are one more penna? It is nothing to write home about.
Yes, but, which law release the law be? Which law and I am almost acquiring say me determine the number of media houses that should cover elections.
Yes, but they will tell you, sir, this is an event of the Electoral Commission, and then at the discretion of the EC, they can decide how to regulate in organizing elections. See, and I don't know, Electoral Commission is independent on its own. And their own guidelines.
But we are talking about transparency. We are talking about accountability. At the end of the day, what you are telling us is not what we have seen to report. And the elections don't work like that.
Yes,
those kind of things, the confusions about certain places. And we are all trying to avoid that. So I think the Electoral Commission, and they've been, to some extent, they've worked hard. But this last minute undemocratic decision, and that is not any of us want to see in this country.
What will be the next line of action? Because Miriam said some few months ago, GJ make a public announcement. isi no ene no enyankicha hodie se media house bia opese unya accreditation for your reporters on field and then in studio crano. I mean, apply for the accreditation. Primpag nemo members, sa list mo submit biana, and what were the responses?
Okay, so I know a general, yeah, submit here. Nyamiadum, members, Bebrena, Ansaka, accreditation for the coverage of the general elections, in their various constituencies and as various places are assigning. So yes, receive submit here. Now we have duly received those accreditations. Now talking about the way forward, and I pay Nyamiaduma Yeni your association of friend media coalition. I involve Primpad, GJ, Giba, and the Media Foundation for West Africa. Your press conference and this very issue I can want them say is one of the issues that you be addressing, and we are going to make a strong statement on it this morning.
Very well, and we'll look forward to that, sir. In the next 9 days, Kamaya Koto Abano. We look forward to it. Why? Bibi Anthony, I best any wedding comobium.
Yeah, that must be support.
Yes, yeah, that's in Yame and Shao. And that is the executive secretary, Ora George Wilson Kessben, Edema, private newspapers and online news publishers association, Primpack, and Meneno Eddie and Komono. But you see, Ghana Funti no Muntini, about we ya Kwakotono, Yania Kasa, Womsi Pekasa. A common sense. Ye ni watem. But Jemensa ne Bosumana Sari, what would Nimyan Sanchez Ghana for you now? Yes, sir, 1992 about to Asibesine. That time you cried the media no was God. Kofo by in the year 2000, what would the deem about 2004, 2008? I am my liberalization by and the media houses na be brain. And ya one time in our bet say war restricted media houses. You see some of these things, and I can't want you would think that we are just going after the electoral commission, but what they are doing doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't it be this year? Why you be why you on to why you be pepe? Why do you want to allow? In fact, now, when a catcher will say electoral commission, when I move to me a set standards when it comes to media practice in this country. Mo office, boss manasare ne Samuel Tete, mo office. My instructions, they are called district offices, no regional offices. Some district and regional directors ni mom and intro to media houses are woman credible. Who are you to determine? And on which basis? And Rabbi and Wujina Sudi determine say media A, media B, media C, media D are credible to report in an election like this nature. Election are so tough. The good people of Ghana will expect set transparency by year Juma. Na the Waberina reporter we are watching Wasia Koda. The Obe winning so we near jubilatino. Why do we want to create confusion when there is none? You see, the Peace Council is in this country, and some fool when sometimes some who way they will not talk about it, yet they are calling the political parties. Say woman them sign the peace agreement. Meanwhile, no electoral commission no insist any nearby war yen, and yet transparent enough. Now, officer who James and the boss Manasari, Momoti on Ghana for Djibouti. Ghanaians do not trust you, whether the NPP or the NDC. They don't trust you. Two political parties winning elections and they've ruled over this country before. They know election they know the ins and the out of elections. They don't trust you. Both parties they don't trust you. The only thing about the peace of our country, you bet me a safeguarding is to allow the media to report. Yes, you went this in media, you went PP media, and we are also having conscious media at least. Baby, at the end of the one the better. And to the NDC media and NPP media, no, and your more propaganda. And the semi-independent ones, now, won't bet me your objective, Kakrano. Let them the opportunity, I mean, equal opportunity to report on the issues. Why would you want to bring in issues of who now best selected, the Obetimia reporting, you need your own to me report? And your mama blacklisting is there, Namu Koya Mabatwe. Namu we energy care, Namu Maba solve more problem. What kind of country are we living in? Say, constitutional body until we are independent until the open be now. Meanwhile, no, your independence has some level of limitation. Na bosumana say ni teteni jemensa no. Wamu nim nyansanche obia. Allow the media to work. This is not the time. Moba be gagi media be selective justice. The amumu free say I am favorite. No, obetimi a report you on election. We are not here to pump anybody. We are here to say the truth the way it is. Yani ha say ye be krakra wo bi ballot box my papers ni ya staffy bi ya staffy de ye hunu ni ye beka. You understand? Until let the things be transparent enough. The journalists ni hunu man reporting is you running elections for over 7 to 8 times. And ya mumu de ya mo ba be for the second time you. First one na mumu regime we yeah confusing by confusing by. And this is the time to redeem the image of the Electoral Commission. So,
Kessben.
Election when now this is the time. The lost glory of the Electoral Commission. You can't say you create hatred, you create white hatred. You by Electoral Commission. When did it ever happen? Say you declare result 3 times, 4 times. Calculations cry into me. You limited registration exercise. Figures are Electoral Commission now put it out. Musimu di Cora draw na eye. Eti figures are more put it out, You put the figures out and the political parties will now have to come back and correct your own figures. This mismanagement, this level of incompetence. Mu pese mu yi media ni film na yenkasi isi no wasaya na ade ni biem. Hey, this country does not belong to Bosman Asari and Jane Mensah alone. Debbie. We have the peace of this nation to protect, and the country belongs to everybody. If you want to mean now and then I'm independent, in Tino, there will free some whatever serve interest now. No, don't go there. And let me tell you, media house be any one no ma. What Ghana had no more bet me a catch or say our employees are across the 276 constituencies. Media house will be any. There is no media house. There is no media. There is none. Media house be anywhere what Ghana ha. Obet me a catcher and say 276 constituencies now ye one or more reporters will be a media house be anywhere. Etia, Obekwa Kofa, Adum FM, Obefa Kessben, Obefa Joy, Obefa your friend is city. Dear Obefa DBI, we will run back to our brother sister stations. Or more marketing and ye be so say chale more affiliate station ewo district we ya. Yes, you may report into more reporters in the more me ewo. Et you kwaya na say oba. What anyama time ben ye in this country. Anyama time ben. I can 9 days me akwato aba confusion ne ho na mo kofa confusion ne dia betwa ye. Why? Mon country peace council ne say wo munim de ye no wo munim peace agreement sign ya wo mo ma James and the boss Banasare no wo muni can sign it first. Because anyama we been see in this country that Kofo 2008 sadia we ansi Afarijan never restricted the media on what to report and what not to report. Say me kwakwa ye election dia me pen mo pama ma mo my accreditation. You be can credit dia chire mo why? Mo ma accreditation mo my accreditation. Aba no ye to ye be ka ho asem ye be di ho nkomo why? Ade no ma we ye ntimi nya bibia pepepe sa.
Kessben.
Confusion ni ho asumdwe wo man mu na mo kwakofa confusion de aba mo de betwa ye why? Mo de media houses no ma mo nkasa ma mo nsase nkasa na oye ne ba bebo ye nyina. Listen, some of us will not keep quiet. Sa anyama we time e bon e kankan e yampe wo man with yan so. Yes, it is your program and so what? Election wo kwa betumi aye de on kwa ye wa de. Say election you see so no kwa betumi aye e no an event It will no susu or no kwa betimi organize here. And you unquire what you don't need the help and the support of any stakeholder. So free say a wo program. It will betimi ya don't involve the police. Unquire what because we are independent constitutional body. And so what? Ya di nipa na to adwen ye adwuma. Enti mu free say adwuma fun tantan ya mo pesa mo hyehyɛ e betimi abo ma ya so ndua yikura. Mo kan twam do mo se so wo mo adwen. Statement enu a mo de ba ye no kura no mo amfa bank eye. Mo amfa bank eye. Statement we are me kind of pay mo amfa bank eye. Why would you want to do that? Somewhat tete e dey ntia wo betimi atena se don sa secretary we yase. Why na pia se betro sa ade we? Fa kire Ghana for. Why na pia se be yes ade? Eti position na ye swap ye ma wo ba ye no. Adwuma ye do ba se wo so bra be ye ni ana. Please respect yourself and allow the media to do a transparent work. Media ni bia wo Ghana ha or declare election result. We only do projections. And before media house be a projection, no, result no more declare no polling station. No, you can't declare a huni power winning in every single polling station. And what are we talking about? A public knowledge result, no, and ya dear yes sacred, I dear cosia baby, and yes, ma mo be and can wasm the media for the beer. Nay, I pray and what become beer. Ye can kind ya two abano polling station, ye beer box no can kind, ye can we are the figures by and a public knowledge. Adana moye ni amasa wo kroma basasa na ede. Politician na wo peace council wo order no. You are asking the politicians to sign as if say EC no has no role to play in this election. Let us be fair and let us be simplistic in our views and in our thought. Decisions now ye take one nyina must be committed to it. Adana moye za. Na me kwati ya. Now bank krahano ma radio stations say 100 radio stations we say wo electoral commission regional boss our tin krahano wono na emra me select 7 radio stations in Greater Accra. Now wo be yi hwan wa fa han waja hwan. TV stations say one krahan kra yes Kokumasi na kokan Kumasi stations yes eti hwan na betu su no Angel FM na betu su ayerepa na betu su Kessben na waja hwan waja Sompe FM na waja hwan Boss FM na hwan Fox FM na beja na Hello FM. Why do we do that to ourselves? Munya sadia manu aka 9 days. Let the peace of the country remain. Na ye fan kotwaba. Ye bebo ho bai se mo ready se mo ho bai. We will be the gatekeepers. Ye bebo ho bai. Sadia we anya adwuma emfa emmaso. We will be there. Collation center ho mo my accreditation no mo amaye ni o. We will come there with our cameras. E de mbabu ye nyina atu akuye.
Kessben.
Eddie Tantasha.
Kessben.
So 2 minutes after 8, hi, Kessben 92.9. We are live on Kessben television. Decisions be what KG when you cry no one take his decision. Wait, I bind it in the baby. Nana do danko Akufuado. What did Dr. Baumia? One more chum baby. NPP are buying it in the baby. Electoral Commission be yes, and Uncle for capitalize you on it. No more cassa buying our question that you say won't take his decision. You must begin to speak up. No munyasem huna wamuti isi headquarters are wamudi. I'm the best advice is here. Hey, I can't hide this. Any single mistake, people will capitalize on it. One of the best buy, I can say na do a kufu ado na say, my mom conquer report it. One of the best buy is here. Me what president in Kari. A kufu ado mu decision funya mu take. President does not know anything about it. What do you have to hide? Na mu this year mama media nema about what collation center there now. E figures aba e wo police stations ni nyina. Ana ye tabulation ni akeka ni nyina abom at the collation centers. Enti say ye declare result no police stations na wie. Na ye be ka ni nyina de abom wo collation centers. Why restricting the media? E ho na mu di be wi mama MPs ni bia na e ya. E ho na mu betimi aye mo agendas na e ya. What do you have to hide? Kuni pa ni mu ase dodo. Abinti uncle ati. Bebe ya juba sisi ya me wo panyi ba ko in my studio. We fra brochire ba ya nche blog wo na. Ya ba che microphone de be. Why?
Kessben 92.9 Asidankwa. Kessben 92.9 Asidankwa.
What message is in 0550 596 929. Join your live there with Facebook. I had again talk easy for one fun to come beyond to a try. And you're ready for Mudini Mukaka. Rappers at Chinasi, NPP's Canada's branch chairman, Vice. We Toronto now.
Kessben 92.9 Asidankwa.
Sorry, senior manager at the data analytics and business insight for TD Bank Group.
Just
pay what should I say now? You didn't free Toronto have a PM or Ghana, or don't want to be to be actually. Say, Maakye. That important to say. But your casa member Kakra, voice the mood. Yeah, fine.
Oh, Yamadon Boko.
Canada to say.
A hoboko.
Okay. I don't pay Babenchia or Namenchia. The themselves party for the here, our Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What province better now?
No, Ontario.
Toronto. Okay. I was right.
Kessben.
Now, a dear that you have a PMO, oh my God, the one of pay.
Yeah, my mini kind and chair, your presidential candidate, Dr. Mamudu Baumia, and
Kessben.
Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe. Omugusua omubo adwuma tie na no profan me chia omopa na de me abedru Dr. Baumia Sempana na yegusua ye bo ho dawro a kira manfa nsan se ye ntumi nsan koyechi se ne 2008 ye koyechi nti ye kire Ghana for se ye nim na ye ko nti sa Sempa no na de me abedru studio ha no pai.
I see. They say mo dos na mo buy ya na
patron I mecha woman ono nso any team ewo wasama mfisisi a omo ye campaign.
O chairperson ni team wo wasama mfisisi a constituency be
Amenfi East. Omo adwo modi kan akose wiyo so omo akose wiyo so ahanta was they say omo wasama mfi a omo bo adwuma.
I say what na brochire ache honda mo ye mo adwuma ye mo bibia Ghana for say ahokyere wo krom abatu ya ye kochi what is the hope? People like yourself, any mutima, mufri Canada, ba, mubechimi, any Ghana for, Ghana for, Eddie Nkomo, Enya Abuto Yemo.
Yes,
things may be hard today, but there is hope.
Exactly.
What is really the concern in here? As I said, Ghana for a shed your more years. Now, one more to about my part.
So over here, economy there, it is a sebi, one bobra, a brano, ugusu boa. There will be times near Mamubeti Ayading. There will be times I won't say BBA through. We hear Juma one saka near be a bedroom, be a crowd of Ketia. Need to make sure no, you know, now the be a soma, Mesosana, ye running countries where then a tier. The issues I buy after COVID, the near what I buy, even in spite of that, you know, yeah, MPP, I the economy no, from 56 billion that we took from NDC to 76 billion. If per capita terms, okay, yeah, expand the economy by $20 billion US dollars as at the 2016 year economy, ne bepem samri. And to me, what Reshemu say. We will get there and then we will be able to create the needed job in our private sector and the public sector. Be accommodating because at the end of the day, you can't watch the near you so where you might then I want to about same crowd open sky then to BB until we will get there. But what we have to do now is to make sure that we make the right decisions because in 2008, there is no hope. Yeah, but Dr. Baumia say, Obia Ghana Nibia Beto Abamani be oba tax regime no yebeshas yefofro. We are starting with one type of tax. Yebeshas yefofro. Se wuntia or tax for so many years. I saw you know yabe papa free ho. I feel abrochire for we no mo so omoye interested. Say yebema flat rate import duty. The American Ghana for say I want to the ewo, but there is a hope ahead of us because the troubles that you face with COVID, we are now getting out of that. And
Chairman, hope no anything. In the last 8 years ago, okay, Ghanaians were in difficult times. I mean, damning times. Challenges were there. The promise said ye didn't come no pay. Said there is a redeemer called Nanado Dankwe Kufuado. Wadono na ede ensise papa ne ntotua eye na ebeboa wo man na ebeboa obi ada dem wasetina eba yenyi NDC aban ni mfiri ho na yemfo mampanyi na Nado Dankwa Ekufuado ene wo party no emra that hope no has it been fulfilled because ye ka say the same hardships na Ghanaians complained about 8 years ago no the same complaints and omode mayene. So what has changed?
So sir opeso who say Nanado
Kessben.
Economy no eweke ya start from free secondary education. Ye wo krom ha no enya abofra bia na etimi ko school. Me classmate no na ye me class captain. Ye wo SS3. Ne father say ye makwan a on mafie ya ma me terms no. On mafie nti ontua ne registration fee. When tia this boy he say oti Libya. Minimum hade a oye wo Libya ho there. But this is the situation that we were in. Oh, me say me secondary school, your mama division, me wafa say, so party I say, I mean to me, these were stories that were being told in various houses. And then another buy. Then I say, be burden a free Ghana force on a free education. Free education area, bano. It is in a economic terms, it is giving money back to you, the parent. Because as can I wasn't go to be 10 million, 20 million ado babeko school. Now you can keep the money with you and use that to purchase items away then. Open. So indirectly, free education is putting money back to parents' pocket. Any of the free education buy. And while we have here interchange, I have a commission here will poke us and run a committee obviously lente interchange. Agenda 111. Those say we haven't been able to finish all, but at least we finished few of them. We continue to build. I feel so. I'd be able to say free. Or I'd be able to say credit score system here, dear buyer, and also I wanna reverse back. Okay, say MPP time and another buy any yetime day.
Kessben.
Ghana card and I the ABBA. Ghana card means everybody is going to have an idea, and I want to spend time and talk about this because it look like there's some confusion all over the place.
Me too.
Yeah, you know what SS, me call SS. Yeah, you know what SS. There was a basic economic year, say. Ghana problem, they said there is no ID system. And I miss me book, we say, why capitalism survives in the West and fails everywhere. It is a per capita economy. The ingredients of a capital economy is an ID system. I bet back I say, Mr. A, any Mr. A, Mr. B, any Mr. B, assassin that Kessben any muhano, a bra, kwesi poku dia, na ne ID nie, inti si ya ebe to trace kwesi poku se ne fie nie, honote, ye pa address a, okwaji loan wa bank, ne ya wa bank iti mingu se ha, ana wote, hono obekwa ye den, obekwa akwaje, inti, ID system is a very, very important. Sometimes we also be making say and ID system 12 biana my and 12 biana my. But ID system will formalize this economy. Na ma me not say kwa auto niema no. Ye beti bi hu ba bi owo. Na so ba jebosia wo bank dey expanding the business ni ma. Ye timi di ama no. E beti ba hu me ma me a owo insuatra se bi oye afu. Ye beti ba hu ba bi owo. Na se ye opeso oji loan expanding ne farm no employ bi a ono so beti maje no I employ bi.
In the second term of NPP, what can say be as a wa to me be some question and what was in the second term of President Akufo-Addo, say ye kase but 3 major achievements of President Akufo-Addo ebeye day. Now why am I asking you this question? Maybe because in 2016 3 things and about winning election. 1, corruption. Okay? 2, economic difficulties and challenges are network system, and then 3, the promises are modema Ghanaians. These are the major things in 2016. About winning election, more promises included all the flagship programs the major of it a free education. In the year 2020, free education won the new patriotic party second time the election for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Why should the average Ghanaian, after voting on free education as a massive project, what they buy, what we accomplish it, a DNTSS any panisa free education or to Abamamo in 2024? At the time, the economic fundamentals of this country are very weak. The average person is telling you, saying the numegu nisikasem enye dollar to the rates of CD very bad, performing abysmally. Full or more and than 15 cedis per liter any idea. These are the basic commodities every Ghanaian on the average. What is the promise? How do you rescue the people from all this situation that one say?
So what can be a question say? Yeah, 2 abanama 2020 no then you beat him the agent so akase MPP I want to start from there.
Okay.
And right now President Akufo-Addo na o commission obese bilante intake phase 2. That's a millions of dollars spent there. Right there. And that created a lot of jobs for the people that lives there. Right, so
interchange create jobs.
Of course, construction. It has to create jobs, right? Yeah, but whether casual jobs or long term.
After the completion of the interchange, the person is out of.
But in economy, you still need casual jobs. You cannot always have a permanent and full-time jobs for sure. So at the about and say, "Can we say near COVID 2020 year to Abano?"
Okay.
So from 2020 to 2022, we remove you fully from COVID, and that costs money. So don't forget that. We remove you from COVID, and that costs a lot of money.
Of which the money is, we are still paying for them.
Yeah, of course, you have to pay. If you don't have money and you go below, say you have to pay. You have to pay because at the end of the time now, COVID and hete, what economy now, and our life support so you have to borrow and save the people because President Akufo-Addo said, we know how to fix the economy, but we don't know how to save the people. So at that time, saving the people were the best, and we saved Ghanaian people. In America, more than 1 million people died. How many people died in Ghana? They were not even up to 2,000. Okay. So that is the good job of the Nado second term. That is 2 of them. Now, Nanado second term, so we accelerated the infrastructure development in educational sector because free education brought a lot of people. And to say, baby, Adukim constituency we have a STEM. Some other areas develop commission. So we expanded the educational infrastructure in various aspects of this economy. And then we tried the Agenda 111, which we have completed some. Right?
Yeah.
So in the second term, it's not like we just went and folded our hand. But second term, the challenges that COVID did buy, and so it's something that we working hard to bring it down. And right now, we are making progress on that. And we'll continue on that to make sure that comes down. And then we use that as a yardstick to create jobs. What Dr. Bawumia is saying is that he's going to train 1 million.
Kessben.
Yeah, Dr. Bawumia can say, obe training 1 million people with digital skills. And those digital skills will translate into jobs. What it means in is Kessben FM has say, we here in India, ebetimiama, ya creative website, whatever. Those guys can be able to do, and that will indirectly create a job for them. I feel we will expand in the agriculture sector. You better expand our mining sector. And all these things, will lead to job in the second term. So all aspects of the economy, the service side, the public side, everywhere, we are going to expand in the second term of Dr. Bawumia administration. And that is the difference between us and the people that we are contesting with. The people that we are contesting with, they don't have anything to say. That's why they don't want to promise, because they have no vision. And MPP has the vision. And that vision is to take the Ghana to the next level.
Promising, it's on the sidelines of the basis of your economy. And John Mahama is telling you, say, in the situation that Ghana economy, it is not about promises. It's about being realistic, about funds. Sika ye war in our coffers as a country. Ye war IMF program, so say. Yeah, kase yaye DDP, okay? Debt restructuring program, yaye, ya postpone a lot of our debt, SSE to a later date from 2026, 2027, 2028. Yeah, besa see. These are the realities of the life. Ye woman say as a country. Say whether John Mahama or Dr. Bawumia, these are the challenges oba baimua obe facing. So in facing those situations, you must be realistic in how you are going to manage the economy first of all, and then also ensure say programs are what you go ubetimi at the aba. But you are saying say with the situation you will promises are more you will be able to fulfill it should Dr. Bawumia become president.
Yes, because so okay, my misa and this is Frank Bera, my misa the question. So okay, say he's being realistic. What does it mean by realistic? He's being realistic. Say, Oba officer, the monument and an allowance are original. Obaka se Ghana, the country on Jana. Is that what he means by realistic? He has to tell the people of this country the truth. The truth of the matter, and they say, yes, we went into difficulties and we went into an IMF program. But definitely we're going to exit that program, and that will give us the opportunity. The essence of going to IMF is always simple. So that IMF will give you credibility and you'll be able to borrow. Right? That's the whole essence of going there. But the whole thing also is that we have
as it stands, capital market, and we are not strong. That is the fact.
But you cannot you cannot live all your life in borrowing. I don't subscribe to that.
But that is the promise.
You cannot.
You cannot. 2016. But you still took us back to the eye.
There is a better word I always use. You cannot spend your way to prosperity. Right? You can't spend your way to prosperity. So at the end of the day, we're gonna exit the program. And that will give us opportunity to get income from other sources and use that for the development. And also, Nuntiminka say, Ghana ever coming to you are not going to accelerate the economic development now. What's a yekono? And because of that, you're gonna fold your hand and say Ghana is in trouble. No, Ghana. This is not the first time Ghana has been in trouble.
Chairman, that is not the argument. The argument, say, what my promises? One, obey flat rate taxes.
Yes.
Okay? What it means is that the quantum of revenue I would generate.
That's not what it means.
The quantum of monies I would generate from the port, Ebeko from Kakra. That is the fact.
That's not what it means.
Because, and then the 40 container bar, ABM it 50,000. Okay, depending on what I have declared. Or China ABM made the bar because of the rate of the dollar, no 50,000 and betria bosomi we no ebia bosomi ban because of dollar rate necessary idea ebetimi akobe 100,000. That is the current situation you face, and that is where a buying a generating the sika bebre na e free. Now the question is that in making a flat rate, in ensuring say okay, all 40 feet containers move to 5 Ghana cedis, okay, just to bring relief to the businessman, no? O quantum of sika wo peno, okay, ebeko form. Again, you are promising a 2 years tax holidays for companies, right? True or false?
Yeah.
Dr. Bawumia air promising. It's part of it. So your revenue generation vis-a-vis with programs and policies are would they to akwemu will promising Ghana for no in the interim no for the next 4 years, how achievable are those vis-a-vis comparing to situation that say?
Yeah, my explaining and so Okasa or the flat rate, but it doesn't mean the revenue will go down. That's not what it means. What it means is say, we create flat rate now, more people will bring goods, more people will participate in the port, and that means more income. So right now, what is happening is say, scanner, nobody is shipping anything to the port. Nobody is shipping anything. So at the end of the day, when increases can, you are sitting there, you are employing people, and they are not working. Nobody is shipping anything, so you don't get anything.
Really
so
currency, or is it by the exchange rate?
What has that got to do with the main port or something? So right now, people are sitting at the port without any work because nobody is bringing the container there. Too much flat rate now. It will encourage people to bring goods there, to do business there, and that will lead to more money. So even though you are thinking about, it's like to say Canada near here, we have a dollar store, $1 you can get an item, but that dollar store, no, the idea is that people will come there, buy more, and you get more money. But stock exchange price is more than $100 per share. Why? Because people are participating. The flat rate means more people, more business will happen at the port, and more money will come. That's what it means. So another thing, so that will in turn actually increase the revenue than decrease revenue. Another thing, and that will give us more money. And also, if we benchmark rate now, we Chrome Hana with Togo near others now and more Hana. That means others now on port, they will do business here. They will do business here, and that will bring more revenue to us, and we can use that for our development. And the flat rate doesn't mean we are going to have revenue shortfall. That's not what is going to happen. That's the impact. Okay, so also now you are launch the credit score system. So our credit score system now, let me tell you what is going to happen with that. What is going to happen with credit score system? That means now they are able to produce. They are able to sell more phones to people on credit, and that will lead to manufacturer also increasing production. So if you turn to companies or produce Chrome Hana, the credit score system will help them to produce more. Though you look at it from like say, oh, now economic credit, what will happen? Yes, it has an impact because the manufacturer has to manufacture to respond to the needs of the consumer now. Oh yeah, and India,
and modalities yet.
And India, when you
know which factors are going to be involved.
When India, when you can 24-hour economy, and because 24-hour economy is based on premises on demand. Only demand that. Why will you sit here and produce 24 hours when there's nobody to buy? Into your mom pass and for no family. So what is going to happen is there are sources of revenue if we invest more in the mining sector, if we invest more in our natural resources by saying the Natural Resource Development Bank near Ibeba. If we reinvest there, the money we can get from our natural resources should be enough to take care of it. And I always say this, right? We cannot continue to borrow when we have the resources right here in this country. Yes, we have the natural resources. Now we have to tap into it. We have to tap into it. Use that for our development. And that's what Dr. Mumun Baumia is going to do. We're going to also, apart from borrowing is not going to take you to the promised land because you cannot spend your way to prosperity. But you have to look internally and see where can I generate the income. It's not just tax income. We have to also focus on our natural resources, get some income from there, and then we can then use that for our development. And that's where we're going to focus. And then the port is another.
Why should the average Ghanaian trust is a borrow we know? It's not something that we'll be focusing on.
It's not sustainable.
Past, yes, it's not sustainable. That is right. But in times past, you gave us the same promise.
So,
if I remember,
MPP manifesto now, 2024 election now, a woman say you be change physical act law. No? Ama to say, Abambian will be to spend more than 102% of what the previous year earned. Right? So what it means is so last year, ended 20,000. You're gonna spend up to 20,000. You cannot go crazy and keep on borrowing and keep on spending. So right there, that is gonna prevent people from just go crazy and just spending until the moon comes to the earth. Right? So that is gonna discipline us ourselves and give us opportunity to spend what we have to spend. But in an economy like ours, we have to spend. But we have to spend responsibly. And that is what doctor is saying, that he will spend money where we have to spend. And also, we're going to use the digital acceleration to make sure that we reduce corruption. Yeah, the digital, we were able to reduce amount of gold names by even in national service. Almost 40,000 names were removed. Yeah, the Ghana card and the core pensions, and we were able to save a lot of money. And we're gonna use that same method and reduce a lot of unnecessary spending. The other areas that should have gone to something better. So I think MPP is still the right party for Ghanaians to vote for, because we will give more scholarship to students that have completed the free education to continue the education. And we are saying to parents that free education means more money into your pocket. And the other guy has said, or no bar, obey review. What does it mean by I will review? Review means Akrana or there is a city on the way to Kumasi I wanted to mention. Akrana or emphasis Bechemino, right? Sakrano. Or no beja or no womb, no man cry no more one cry no qua. So what do you mean by review? And I because on cry no more public school or government schools more classiano or the omunko school. And what does it mean by review? I want to understand. Because review can mean that we are cancelling. Review can also mean that we're reducing.
Mean say we are cancelling.
No, yeah, it could be anything.
No.
It could be anything.
We are on national television.
Review will lead to decision.
Chairman, I'm saying say we are on national television. And to such propaganda. No,
I'm not doing propaganda. But I'm being realistic here.
No, I'm saying say review. The word review does not mean cancellation.
But review will have to lead to a decision.
And so what's here John Mahama so campaign a warrior? He has said emphatically, say free SHS has come to stay and he will not cancel it. So why do you say the review means cancellation?
That word review, because review me say with a
who take policy beyond implementation here, okay, in terms of project management. As I said, we take your stock back. Now we shall say baby my implementing policy neduno. The here na me free me bebo, the here na me de ka ho aye koye dim de bebo. That is review.
Okay, my example.
Why do we tell me
my example? I have been a business analyst before. I used to create impact assessment document all over. But uye impact assessment in we are you have to use that to make a decision. Exactly. Right? So review means that you're going to review and after that you have to make a decision. But that decision can also lead to cancellation. That's what I'm saying. He has
told you emphatically, say, review does not mean cancellation.
Then he shouldn't say review.
He had no review. No, I don't know. It should not be a subject for discussion. He has told you, say review. No crowd will even allow the private senior high schools access our women students need to be part of the free education program. Now will be ordained babe call private school. No. You bet me relieve some of the public schools our population are too high, so that the private sector will also be in business. These are some of the things I was suggesting. Now, but if you want to criticize that, you must not construe that to mean
no. Now when you have on muka say so what 3 billion will you spend it on education? He said that you were here. Also, what 3 billion cancellation? I'm not saying review means cancellation, but I'm trying to tell you that review can mean cancellation because after review leads to a decision, but we don't know what decision. So let him come back and tell us that after review, what decision is he going to make? That's what I want to hear from him, because review can lead to cancellation. Because after review, you have to make a decision and determine so we continue and now continue. That we don't know what he may do. So that is the chachana yempese Ghana for betono. Because Okono review we no decide say I may cancel. We will not be there to say to him say untimi cancel because I'm wenya power no. Sa chacha no and yempese Ghana for betono. And that's why we are saying that the only party that guarantee you free education forever is MPP. And MPP is the one that implemented it. And it's not NDC. And MPP is the only one that can carry on the free education agenda because we are the only one who understand it. And that's why I'm saying that MPP is the best person, is the best party to continue come December 7th.
Kessben.
Very well. Actually, many chairman Prince at AD in Kobo, that is the Canada branch of the New Patriotic Party, vice chairman Ada Meneno AD and Komo Anope. It looks as if say parties and the members, in the diaspora, woman in the former, Wobo Bagana, Womo Babatuaba, but before Batu Bedruno, woman so a campaign be a contributing their efforts to one more respective political parties. Now, one in Crawford by free Canada by ice womo who the echoes or Canada. Yes, he is believing and promising Ghanaians said Dr. Bawumia is the HSS Ghana for Yinano, so eto aba edemano. Chairman, I know pay say Ghana nini bisa say Ochina or in the next 9 days may to aba menhwe den ho two major things I menhwe ho to aba and former Dr. Bawumia in Kranshe no ebeye sen said you be a dipadoko pooling center where obehu say yes there is hope ahead.
So what we are seeing in an economist in the age in the past we rely on industrialization, and then Europe went into so many, and then we went into technology, and now we are in the era of data and analytics. Like see I remember me try studio anymore happen, and I'm so MPP manifesto me call WhatsApp AI and me ball MPP manifesto then it can right. So this is the era that we are in. The economy is shifting, and that is why we are also trying to shift, and that's what Dr. Bawumia has been talking about, digitization. It means that the economy that we saw in 1992, we are not going back to it. We cannot have that again. So we have to also shift, because all over the world everybody is shifting towards technology, and everybody is trying to develop that sector. I work in a technological environment, and that's what I got my living from. So the skills that people need to be able to transition into that economy is what Dr. Bawumia is focusing on, and that's why people are calling him a digital man. So if you want to see the next few years Ghana being transitioned to the digital economy space, making sure say
digital economy space na nkasa ne chairman then the womb I say Ghana for nya reshemo.
Okay, great point. But digital economy space the woman say we're gonna put technology as an anchor in everything that we do. In everything in the government sector, we're going to make sure technology is able to face out corruption. In everywhere that you see, we're going to make sure that we give digital skills to people, and people are able to use the internet and everything to create jobs for themselves. Somebody can sit here today and create a big company that even you are here, you hear about Easy Pay and all those things. Those are companies that have been formed in Accra here. There is a guy I was talking to. He has an app that is able to test moisture ewo abroom. Tisa abroom di gubo tumna se besa ya. That is how the industrial revolution is shifting towards now. So what we are saying is Dr. Bawumia is going to continue on the digital agenda of this country, making sure that we give technological skills to people, and people are able to use that to create jobs for themselves, their family, and the economy. So that is one thing that. And then we're going to also expand on infrastructure. We're going to continue to complete the agenda 111 that we started in President Akufo-Addo time. We're going to also make sure, say, the dialysis and the cancer care near ye Abeka and HIS. And this is a way na say dialysis and now you're sickle cell and HIS betima day. Those are the two key things that I think that people should look on. And then we're going to make sure that we add more infrastructure to the educational sector so that the free education can continue. And then on the tertiary side, we're going to support more people to go to tertiary. So that is why you have to vote for MPP. Voting for MPP means that we're going to be physically responsible to you, the Ghanaian people. We're going to make sure that we do not spend our way out of what we don't have to spend.
But
and we're going to...
You see, Chairman, I'm tempted to ask you the questions. Because 2016, President Akufo-Addo was clear. In 2017, first statement, President Akufo-Addo make Ghana for the question is that Muboro ya to time your WDP was over 100%.
And they say it's because of COVID.
I'm coming. The question is that even before COVID, you were still borrowing. Oko bond market, Oko capital market, Eko raise bonds, people were questioning you. The experts were questioning you. Say the levels of borrowing na more kono. It will lead to a situation. I ain't mean savage the situation on our hands. Okay, more promising yourself. You will move this economy from taxation to production. Economy will be more productive. Now you are promising us again. you will not spend beyond your means. Yet you are the same person in the last 8 years, was spending beyond your means.
So
how do we salvage the situation?
So let me tell you something.
Dr. Bawumia was part of the economic management team. Yes. Why are we here at this point?
It is only.
And what is the miracle? A big change situation.
They always say this, that it is only someone going forward, right?
Okay.
We've been in office for 8 years, and we've seen where we've done better and where we could have done better, and we're gonna build on that, right? Because everybody makes a mistake. So because of COVID, we might have make some decisions that maybe it hasn't gone well for the Ghanaian people, but we've learned from that, and we are going forward to make sure that we fix everything that came as a result of the impact of COVID. And we're making sure that the war in the Ukraine and everything that has external shock now come to the economy, we're going to make sure that we build on that. And building on that means that we will have to be physically disciplined, and we have to make sure that we spend responsibly. And the things that we spend on should be things that we spend that will bring us something, not just spending for spending's sake. And that is why I am afraid the other people that we are competing with, the almost spending part in the crowd, they know you're dangerous thing. Whatever has happened.
Yes, but the John Mahama administration, 107% of your GDP equaling up to your debt. He didn't do that. Or the financial fiscal law when you are going beyond your budget, spending beyond your budget, and the experts were cautioning you, you didn't listen. Ken Oforiatta kept spending. At the end of the day, he promised I won't call IMF. You took us to IMF, but here I don't know ensure. Chairman, finally, how will you fight corruption? Most digitization, digitization. You mentioned it.
Okay, maybe a process improvement guy. Wait. Okay, say
digitization, quite best na mode be boaye ma yesika ye ankrofo wia wo ministries ni ade ni nyina aso ate because wo mu wia because auditor general no aka. There are a lot of funds we are unable to account for. Bebre na so hono ma misappropriation, embezzlement obi o ha wo disika de nsa bom keke ni aka journalists won cover don famra. So how are we going to make sure that digitization will help us to curb some of these issues?
So the reason why digitization will help you to curb some of these, they Ghana card call a Senate, they call National Service, 40,000 names were removed. But apart from that, that's not even my whole thing. My whole idea is, and that's my personal idea, my whole idea is that, say, obiya corruption, right? Not see who say ha corruption or ha. We shouldn't just use the law to solve the problem. We have to use process. Because obefa bibia onam kwan bi so na ekoye den ekofai. So we have to analyze our kwan and remove it. That's a very important thing that is missing in the way we fight corruption here.
Okay.
So obi befa onam process bi so obi ne sanye obi ne ye sei. And also another thing I think we can also do, and then we reduce money, is that in this country, especially the people in the public sector, they still collect they still collect money for going to meeting. But meeting 8 times a day, but nobody pays me for attending meetings, right? It's part of my salary. It's only my salary that I get. To me, there is a straight away ye meeting na ye connect allowance na ye general. Na say who to way na say who say weekend be no one say meeting or carrying her. Na ye corner say be ma week akra to ho na o dia ko weekend say be free meeting. Right? So be free. And to avoid anything no. So that's why we are not saying that only the digital will remove everything, but the digital will reduce it to a minimum level. Okay. If you automate all the process now, and they are not able to use it, it will reduce corruption to a minimum level. But where I want Ghana to get to is to make sure that they are not only follow the law, but they are using process improvement to remove some of these things from there. And I believe that, and I have a faith in Dr. Bawumia that he will do, and he will lead Ghana to the promised land.
1 minute, only Ghana for Nkasa.
Yeah, Ghana for Yadmase. I went to a money year to the last 4. And we were able to protect you because your life was the most important we have to take. People died, but China number. But in protect you and less than 2,000 people died. So, faith in now when difficult now the same way we're gonna protect you the next 4 years. I know that there had been some difficulties. Now difficulties in so no amane de ahochira de aba. But that is what Dr. Bawumia the right people to Dr. Bawumia ne Maakye and what I'm person what to buy a day echo yedamase
Chairman Prince Achireko Canada Vice Chairman branch of the NPP. That's right. Uncle Ato is indeed a legend. Oh, I love this one. I'm faster than my EKD phones. I don't pay EKD phones at that but your woman the installment payment check your bank. EKD phones to say I don't pay one more boy. Said you be ya would dream phone no on subject to me I can't where you see. But in fact if you are gentleman that basis say yeah can say with the rubber band they go for money and now when your guy cry. I don't pay EKD phones at that rubber. Now when did you say who person will but you remember be a chopper. Yeah, one more year. So they can cry be better here. Now I feel woman why you say that you're beckoning you on one more payment plan. What you be a church and a cracker. I think Apple lovers one more pay iPhones, you know. But I don't pay Mumbra EKD phones. A year American more no inside. I will Kwame Appiah Kubi. Woman on the right side didn't share anymore. And the person who upgrade your phone get a better experience with EKD phones. Now woman never boy we year. One more person some short Android phone but I will pay. I don't pay that. No chill process with when the EKD phones when you know any. One more back wow from my numbers in this year. It doesn't matter, baby. I want my kind of one more didn't come out packaging. One more you need to know what they are sending. 0539-985750 0539-985750 and after 0536-7897 and 7973 0536-787973. Now when the EKD phones any come out of it. What's not I don't play most of us and countries. No papa na diaba. And I don't pay for chow. Pay the above bussy meal system. No qualia. It was about the staff one way. Posting in India. There were baby. I have shops in India. Then you be at all. I know what you know. Watch out. Car shop, I would doing that told me. We are number one in new system booster to pay man some people. Now a baby when you are catching them all. They use syphilis and gonorrhea, malaria, liver related challenges, kidney problems in our back home. in boosting the immune system booster number 1 of the Guardian market. To say papa. I'll pay for 0246 208496 0246 208496. Not when the input for the income pay. Bayport savings and loans at Daroba. But your Bayport is a brand. But she can't better. Say Ukita 5,000 Ghana cities. Aircon the Mondia. Bayport at Daroba. One more the Bay year to my wife. Now, after one more to your commission, be brave. I don't pay when the and say when the Bayport to be in shower so that one moment to my boy with a pie. But I whoop so sick and yeah, Juma Kwan. Now, one fast one, a year be brave. Will there be the show business in the money? Investment, a fake. Now, what buy a note to us? Now, you deal from one negotiating interest. I will be there. Say, you will show me and son, I will be shy. As a favor, in an Bayport, I'm obeying in an idea. I pay Bora Bayport branch be in shower so one can have for Cocomilimle ATTC school in Chewa. To was but for 0245 153283 0245 53283 and after 0263 007 922 0263 007 922. Now when the Bayport savings and loans send him from one pay. Your future is now. Let's go to travel management for other romantic and pay Pacho Sika. Ebeba is and say, who are Japadian crater? A Japadian crater, and the year you and your mercy. And this is some I want to say, I did the amount, and they will be a winner. Pacho Eclipse at the room to begin. And pay your thing in and they say, a Japadian fan crater the brain. Now you find your Jumadian Chelsea cow home white. Simple as it is. But I know it's we will be a open loan, their show business. No, watch any more check. But Ukobia, no, yes, you collateral. Yesika will open an evaluation and war or property. I would be a collateral. And so any cry. And she, I don't pay. I'm wired. No, what I man. I don't pay Eclipse at the room. I'm the collateral to be bedroom. And none of the boy are facilitating my own saka will loan no way. And I don't pay only woman income. Now, when we do not want to pay, if we are a train catch it. Richard, only Kafu I can. She was executive, but I don't pay a free coffee. Any Eclipse collateral management on 0266 999020 0266 999020 and after 0302 551877. That one day Eclipse in income. Things and the same thing. Order of the Voter Award, the money, Uncle Atoya, dear Brandon 2024. Now, Mammy Konamini, Imbusufonia, Juma, Nanat National, pay the lesson of the Brina, yeah, you may be everybody as I be 51 after 8. Mamma won't watch and Namima won't more aquaba. Bapa Maakye to say,
Yanko Pardon, Mr. Speaker.
We are fine.
Crystal, don't be BIF.
Imbus for 1 year.
Yamiadum, Yen and I, who ye boosty boosting, Yamiadum. Any Pediano was soon at when you go.
I see. Echo ye
pa. Mati, only problem. Come on, Muntina Mediaba.
My name, come on, I mean, your free imbus that's here.
Yo, Mr. Speaker, Medasina, Yatnas. Ye na Yankopon CBM se ode achaye na afenso etiefo nyina no ye ma kwa babiem abadwumadi kase so any free sharp help said the matter that na sharp help say na ye imboostable mixture ye sanomane se police ni no edro no ebi ene simanimu say na tie na wunya bi no mo a enye package no na efe keke ne mum no edro na nkasa so eye adwuma yie pa che se ewura nipadua no ma said the me brother ka kire wo no o se e boost immune system no na abo ni nipadua na ma natumi ako adinyarewa so nkonim saa na tie pepepe asem ne yetiawa nipadua woni immune system woni nipadua nim no se no wa ahoden a ye nipadua na kasa timi ko adinyarewa nyina so nkonim eti na ewu tie me na se yare bi chetew yare bi haw yare ota yare pa na chese nkwam woni nipadua nim no na ahoden no ekofom na eniema bebre so na nipa ye ya ema ye nkwam ano ahoden kofom ta watwi yasema ye kanyina ne se immune system de na ahoden enyina eye imboostable mixture as your immune shield. Peduanum so pa obanya na wo se udi boostable mixture ema ni peduano ya number say didi juma 026 20 84 96 0246 20 84 96 and 0540 71 01 13 0540 71 01 13 medofo na meka bibi se enioma bebre na nipa ye ya etimi ma ye immune system no na hoɔden ekɔfom yembre ni so a nanso so ebebobɔ kakra so na kyerɛw senya wo di imboostable mixture mani padua no na nkwamwa no enya hoɔden ewiase anasa asase so ye wo lifestyle enioma bebre factors bebre a ema immune system na hoɔden no kɔfom ebi eye yedidie poor diet na kyerɛ sɛ wadidie na nkasa won hyɛda enidi yie anasa onuane na wudi no won hyɛda enya balance diet nutritions na ewom no ewo fom kyerɛ enuane no na ewo waduane a wudi no sɛ wo fom wo sugar nuane a wudi no edɔso a ɛkyɛn sɛ de wudi vegetables ni we na ebetimi ama o how aba nkwam a ye ka ho asem yi eso ebi ana wadwuma a wo ye wonya kwan tinetine wo mpom adwuma no wo sɔre kwa anopa na wo te ho no ma wo te AC asesa wontim bibia soma akofa edi abrel wo so a wo sɔre no wo anya exercise bia no wakɔtena asesa wo ba fie no abedidi no wada eno na wo so a wo ye mepa cha wo ahwe ebetimi ama no na ho ode kofom nanso ni nyina mu no imboostable mixture yi wo ho se epeja nkwamwa na ho oden etie bia wutie mi na wo obi a wo ntantini tini wo mpom yie wadidi no enhye dantwa yie papa ema imboostable mixture ya ho asem ema pa wo ho da wo obi a onom nsaden obi o ma once a while bi no anom bi betie obi no mo ho omode ayo omunso omonom me pacho imboostable mixture yi ebe boost immune system no na nsaden a wanom amwan ewo no etumi apeja na hoɔden ne abiemu afei nso so ye wo nipa bebra almost stress wo monye se nipa bebre mpo eya akoye se wiase nipa nyina ye stress ye ho esan se wiase kɔ nanim eti ahokyere no kwa na ekoso obia pese wo hwɛ na